Back on a Wednesday as evacuations have begun as Florida making preparations for Tropical Storm Helene. Travel expert Claire Newell joins us this morning from Vancouver with the very latest on this. Claire, good morning. And what do they need to know?
Good morning. Well, Carolyn, you mentioned this, that people in Florida are used to this type of thing. We are in the middle of hurricane season, which will be in place until November the 1st. But this is a very frightening situation for people because people in Florida are used to this. Anyone who happens to be down there needs to listen to authorities. If they're told that they need to leave, they need to do that. For those who have an imminent flight, please check your airline to see if your flight will be affected. And if there's a way that people who are there can get out, I would recommend it. This is a frightening situation for everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right. Claire, I want to ask you about this. A BC court has ordered WestJet to pay a few passengers more than $2,000 each in compensation after only offering them about $16 originally for a flight diversion. Why was the original offering so low?
This is an interesting one. So this happened based on a flight that was going with a couple and their child. They were on a flight going from Hawaii to Vancouver. They didn't quite make it all the way to Vancouver. They ended up getting pretty close into Victoria. It was diverted because of a volcano smoke. And originally they were offered 3 options and they chose to take the refund. And then it was refused. They were also told that they would be covered for expenses, and only part of it was paid. The way that they got, that WestJet got to $16, which was the original offer, was that they were like 98.8% of the way home. And that 1.2% worked out to $16.17, which obviously this ruling, WestJet was told that they had to pay both the expenses and the flight. So that $16 went to $2,000.
All right. Meantime, in a Canadian first, a tech upgrade at the Vancouver Airport, Claire, now means the travelers, they no longer have to remove liquids and laptops. We've all been through that from their carry-on bags when going through screening.
Yeah, we are really lucky in this situation to get the first of these new CT scanners that have really great 3D technology that can really it can better detect explosives and other threats. So it means that people don't have to take out those electronics and their liquids. So that means faster lineups. And it's at the domestic terminal at YVR, the ABC terminal. However, it's good news for the rest of the country as well, because CATSA has said that technology is coming to other airports over the next several years.
All right. Okay, the reclining debate back in the news. Cathay Pacific has actually banned a couple after another seat reclining spat. So what happened here, Claire?
This was quite the spat. It happened last week on a flight between Hong Kong and London. And this young woman was on a flight and there was a middle-aged couple behind. And the woman of that couple said, "Can you sit up? Because it's affecting my husband's TV stream." And she politely said no, because it wasn't meal service or beverage service. And so it was what she felt within her right to stay there. And then the abuse happened, and it was harassment. They were cursing her. They were putting their feet on her armrest and kicking her. And it went on for about half an hour. Eventually, the flight attendant came over and said, "Could you please sit up?" Anyway, she said no again politely, and everyone around her was on her side. So she was eventually moved to a different seat, luckily. But the couple banned for life on Cathay Pacific. And I should say that, the proper etiquette for reclining, if you're paying for that seat, you have the right to recline. If it's meal service or beverage service, no, you should be sitting up. But at the end of the day, just go be polite about it, look back and sit back. That couple could have easily sat back as well, like a domino effect. But quite the story.
Yeah, for sure. And the debate, I guess, continues when it comes to the etiquette. But just, like common sense, rule the day when it comes to reclining your seat, right? All right. Finally, here is the best excuse to take a vacation. We mentioned this off the top of the show, Claire. There's a new study that says that travel actually slows aging.
Yeah, I'm like you guys. I didn't need another excuse, but this came out of Edith Cowan University. It was a interdisciplinary study, and it basically showed that the positive effects, the relaxing, the exercise, all can slow down aging. I won't go into the deep dive of it. It's all sorts of science that takes place. But at the end of the day, just know that traveling, it's good for you. The only thing, I was with you guys saying that the negative effects, they did address that and said that can affect you the reverse way. But once you're through the airports and get to your destination, you're good to go.
Oh my gosh, putting your feet up, not cooking, not driving kids around is good for your health, is relaxing? What?
It's worth it to get through the airport. Little short-term pain for some long-term gain there, I think.
Thanks, Claire.